in the whole United States. Formosa, let me back up. So in the late 1990s and early 2000s, I worked in Louisville in Rubber Town, which is an industrial area that was formed in the early 40s around the war effort. And they had a DuPont Dow last time facility there that released lots of chloroquine into the air. We had an ambient monitoring station, and all over the United States they monitor once every 6 days. But in Louisville we didn't have enough money, so we did it once every 12 days. And those days are all the same all over the country, so the industrial facilities know not to dump, not to clean out orchards and tanks on that magic day. But that facility was much larger in emissions than the one in LaPlace. And they took the opportunity when I went up on one of my visits working with the community and bringing the community to the industry to announce that they were closing down the Rubbertown facility and bringing it to Louisiana, thank you, and bringing it to LaPlace. So that increased the emissions. So what you see here is a combination of the facility that is in LaPlace and the one they moved from Louisville, Kentucky down. So the number 2 facility in the whole United States is Formosa Plastics, and it manufactures vinyl chloride, which is a known human cancer-causing agent, causes angiosarcoma in the liver. So we got 2 really hot chemicals coming out of that, and it's right next to Stephanie's community. It's right next to Exxon refinery and chemical, and we'll be going by there. And it goes out the stack, 1,334 pounds a year on the stack. And then the 3rd facility, which is 3rd in the United States, which is also a vinyl chloride manufacturer, causes angiosarcoma in the liver, is Shintech, where we're going to go have lunch and tour. And so it releases 171 pounds a year of chloroquine, as well as huge amounts of vinyl chloride and all the chemicals that they use to make the vinyl chloride. And then Axol Platinum is down the road and right next to Shintech, and it releases 12 pounds, but it's also the vinyl chloride manufacturer. And when EPA came at the request of Tulane with the Tagger truck, which is a mass spec and a Winnebago camper, and monitored on the streets around it, they got high hits at the Axol facility, which was before Shintech permitted theirs. And in the comment period, we said you really needed to look not only what Shintech wants to release, but what Axol is releasing and what's moving off-site there. And of course, we were ignored by the agency. And then there's the Georgia Gulf facility in Mossville, which is on the southwest corner of Louisiana. And some of you may have heard about Mossville. I've been working in Mossville with the community since the 1970s, and we're finally getting them relocated, and there's some issues with the relocation. So EPA found recently, when they looked at the cancer rates around the LaPlace facility, that they found 826 people in one area. When we did Superfund in the early days, the criteria was 1 in a million, and then they moved it to 1 in 100,000. So if you make this number 100,000, that's 82.6 people in 100,000. That is way over the acceptable level. So EPA, we've been interacting with them, and they're requiring the company to generate data on what's in the air. In Louisville, we documented out from the facility there, exceeding the criteria, a 2-mile radius out from the facility. We will be within 2-mile radius of the facility in LaPlace. So this is just what, when you look at one chemical, it's amazing, and then when you look at all the chemicals that are being released at one facility and all the chemicals that are released at all the facilities, it'll blow you away as far as how much risk is acceptable to the politicians in Louisiana. So be aware of that as we start the tour. Okay? Thank you.
All right.
Y'all want to give them